Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Ernesto Casillas, and welcome to Allen Hancock College, coming live from the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium as the Lady Bulldogs, who are 14-6 on the season, 3-1 in the conference, will take on the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros today, who are 8-9. Lady Bulldogs have been playing great under the first season of new coach Andre Scott. And we'll momentarily see who the starters are tonight for the Lady Bulldogs. Looks like number 13, Kayla Taylor, number 3, Mallory Branham, number 11, Chloe Blankenship, number 15, Alex Nothing But Net Paquette, and number 1, India Dowling Green will start for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs are averaging 66.8 points a season so far this season, shooting 37% from the field. And in comparison, the Vaqueros are shooting about 32% from the field and averaging 60 points. And we're underway here as Paquette wins the tip, gets it early to Branham. And Lady Bulldogs will fight for the first bucket here. Paquette goes inside to Taylor. She readjusts. Dowling Green takes it to the hole, gets her own board, and Branham will reset the offense for the Lady Bulldogs. Paquette goes inside for the bucket, no good. Blankenship gets the board and the putback. Chloe Blankenship, a 6-foot forward freshman from Placerville, California, from El Dorado High School. And Paquette gets the tip. And it'll be Lady Vaqueros basketball. Into inbound for the Vaqueros will be Peyton Person, 6-foot center freshman from Santa Barbara, California. Local gal from Rigetti High School. She posts up with the turnaround layup, no good. She was working against Taylor there. Nice defense by Kayla Taylor. And the cross-court pass is no good. Turnover, Lady Bulldogs. We're only 55 seconds into the contest. Lady Bulldogs lead 2-0. And it'll be Brianna Jacobs with the ball now for the Vaqueros. Hands it to Williams. And they go back inside to Person. And back inside, Branham with the steal. She's on the fast break. She's against 2 Vaqueros. She goes inside the paint and will get called for the travel. Aries will inbound for the Vaqueros. She finds Williams. Pushes it up to Jacobs. Jacobs inside. And Williams will shoot the 3. It's off the front of the rim. Dowling Green gets the board. And Branham will bring the ball over half court. And it'll be the first foul on the Lady Vaqueros. Let's see what the ref calls. First team foul for the Lady Vaqueros as Branham shovels it to Paquette. She'll dribble right. She goes inside. And a little bit of the jitters for the Lady Bulldogs right here early on as another traveling violation will be called. We're 2 minutes into the contest here, folks. Vaqueros get it over half court. Passes it to Fazazzo. No good. They go back inside. And it'll be Person who misses both field goal attempts. And Paquette with the board. Coach Andre Scott calls the play. Blankenship goes inside to Taylor. She'll get the ball stolen by Williams. And Branham is there to meet Jacobs. Stop that bucket. And it'll be a traveling violation called against the Lady Vaqueros. Lady Bulldogs with 7:21 to go in the first period here, lead 2-0. As Branham will bring the ball over half court. She'll work against Jacobs. Ball moving around the perimeter. They find Paquette. Taylor calls for the ball. Blankenship dribbles right, now left, and she'll draw the foul. Foul will go against number 22, Isabella Fazazzo. First personal, second team foul for the Vaqueros. As Maya Mendoza will check in for Dowling Green. Ball tipped away by the Vaqueros. Brianna Jacobs, 5'3" point guard from San Diego, California. Westview High School made that defensive play. Paquette finds Branham. She goes inside to Mendoza, and Mendoza finds Taylor. She'll draw the foul. Looks like it'll be another quick foul against Favazzo. It's going to be her second personal. Third team foul for the Lady Vaqueros. And Taylor will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. Kayla Taylor, a 5'11" freshman sophomore from Lompoc, California. Attended Lompoc High School. She'll make the first one. And the second one will roll out. Paquette tips it. Mendoza's charging for the ball. And it'll be Lady Vaqueros basketball. .6:53 to go in the first quarter. Jacobs with the ball. She'll work against Branham. Passes it over to Rojas. Williams adjusts, and it'll be a three-pointer by Rojas, no good. Blankenship gets the board, and it'll be a foul against the Vaqueros. That'll be Isabella Jensen Williams' second personal foul. Williams is from Berkeley, California, attended Berkeley High School. And now the Vaqueros have 4 personal fouls here in the first 3.5 minutes. Let's see if the Lady Bulldogs can take advantage of the foul situation. Inside to Blankenship, she puts it up, no good. Williams gets the board, she's on a fast break, 5 against 4. Goes all the way inside, puts it up, no good. And Taylor was looking for the foul there, as Rodriguez was draped all over her. And Vaqueros will maintain the ball. 3-point game, and they lose control. Lady Bulldog basketball. Branham's over half court. Finds Mendoza. Find Taylor on the wing. And the ball is tipped. Rodriguez comes down with the possession. 2 girls hit the floor. Let's hope everyone's okay. That'll be Taylor's first personal foul and the Lady Bulldogs' first team foul. 5:50 to go in the first quarter. And Paquette gets the ball, finds Blankenship inside for the bucket. Lady Bulldogs lead by 5 now. Williams passes it up the court. Almost loses control. And the Vaqueros will settle down here as Williams resets. Hands it off to Arejis. And the shot is no good. Giselle Calderon now in for the Lady Bulldogs, as Branham will go to the bench for a rest, and Dowling Green is back in. Calderon inbounds it to Paquette. Paquette will dribble left, goes inside, bounce pass. Stolen by Rodriguez. Vaqueros have yet to convert a field goal in this game as Paquette's defense stops that. And she'll get called for the personal foul. Her first personal, second team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. And the first free throw is no good. And the second one is, that was Eva Correo, freshman forward from San Jose, California, as the Vaqueros get the ball on a stolen attempt right there, but fail to convert. Lady Bulldog defense so far this first 5 minutes and 20 seconds has been nothing but solid, as Branham will check back into the game, and Paquette and Blankenship will get a rest. Calderon inbounds to Branham. She passes it right back to Calderon. And Branham will go at the top of the three-point key. Calderon dribbles right, finds Dowling Green, and Lady Bulldogs will get called for the travel. 4:23 to go in the first quarter. And here come the Vaqueros. Jacobs with the ball in her hands. She's over half court, 3 against 3. She dribbles right against Branham, goes inside, and will put the field goal in. So 6 minutes into the contest, the Vaqueros get their first field goal. Lady Bulldogs lead by 2. Calderon tries to do the long pass to Mendoza, no good. Dowling Green pokes it away. Mendoza recovers, she goes inside all the way. And it'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. We'd like to take a moment to thank our corporate sponsors for Allen Hancock College Athletics. Thank you to Home Motors Chevrolet, Coast Hills Credit Union, California Electric Supply, Mountain Mike's Pizza, and Oxford Sweets. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College Athletics. Branham shoots the jumper, no good. Mendoza recovers. And it'll be Vaqueros basketball. 3:42 to play in the first quarter. And Paquette will check back into the game as Calderon goes to the bench. And Layla Chrisholm will also check in for the Vaqueros. And Jacobs with the jumper over Branham, no good. Taylor gets the board. And Paquette will pass up to Branham. Dribbles left. And it'll be a traveling violation again for Branham. Lady Bulldogs lead 5-3 with 3:15 to go in the first quarter. Chrisholm is over half court. She calls for the screen. Rodriguez won't set it. And the Vaqueros will turn the ball over. Nice defense by Paquette on that set. As Coach Scott will give Branham some instruction there. And Paquette will inbound. Up to Blankenship, now it's to Branham. And Lady Bulldogs will have the basketball here. Mendoza will inbound. As Peyton Person will check back in for the Vaqueros, and Leah Rodriguez will go to the bench. Paquette has the ball working against Jacobs, finds Taylor, and it'll be a foul against the Vaqueros. Foul will go against Brianna Jacobs, her first personal, 5th team foul for the Vaqueros. And Taylor hits the first. And she'll miss the second. Mendoza tips it. Taylor gets the offensive board. And there's a fight for the ball there, as Williams forces the jump ball and gains possession for Santa Barbara City College. And Blankenship gets the steal. Tries to pass it to Branham. It's off the foot of a Vaquero. And Chris Holm is over half court. After a wild series of events right there, Vaqueros will maintain the ball. Lady Bulldogs lead by a 3-pointer. They're up 6-3. Person goes inside. They find Aries on the corner. Williams gets the screen. And the field goal is no good. It'll be Lady Bulldog basketball as India Dowling Green will check back into the game for Maya Mendoza. Indian Dowling Green, a freshman forward, standing 5'10", from Orangeburg, South Carolina, El Dorado High School. Still Lady Bulldog basketball here. Paquette will inbound. They try to find Dowling Green. The ball's poked away. She recovers. And Blankenship will find Paquette. Dribbles left. Loses control. And it'll be a shot clock violation against the Lady Bulldogs. 1:41 to go in this first quarter. None of the teams have used a timeout yet. And Chris Holm will have the ball, hits Paquette's foot. It'll be a kick ball. Go inside to Williams. Now to Person. Chris Holm takes the floating jumper, and it's good. Lady Bulldogs lead by 1 now, as Chris Holm is on Paquette. And Blankenship will shoot the 3. No good. Taylor gets the board. And Paquette will reset the offense. Dribbles right, goes inside, takes it to the hole. And Taylor will get the putback. Just a minute under to play here in the first quarter. And Blankenship and Paquette force that turnover. Blankenship will get a second opportunity, and it hits Chloe Blankenship. And the Vaqueros are on a little bit of a fast break here. It'll be Williams taking it to the hole. She's blocked by Blankenship. And Blankenship will give it to Paquette. This could be the Lady Bulldogs' last possession of the first quarter. Blankenship shoots the long jumper, and it's good. Blankenship taking over this last minute, so defensively and offensively. We're going to go to a timeout, folks. You're watching Lady Bulldog basketball from Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for Lady Bulldog basketball. 16 seconds to go in the first quarter. And Person will lose it. They find Blankenship. She puts it up, no good. Person gets the board. And Bautista now. Williams with the long-range jumper, no good. And Natalie Bautista will put it up. Let's see if they count it. They do. And after 10 minutes of action, the Lady Bulldogs lead by 5, 12-7. We'll be back for the second quarter of Lady Bulldog basketball. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. You're back for Lady Bulldog basketball. Fans, save the date. Our second annual AHC Final Four golf tournament is set to take place on April 3rd at the Santa Maria Country Club. Get all the details at ahcbulldogs.com and come out and support Allen Hancock College Athletics. Well, after a first quarter that focused mostly on defensive prowess by the Lady Bulldogs, they're up by 5 here as we start the second quarter. Calderon, Branham, Blankenship, Taylor, and Dowling Green will be on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs. As Branham will start this quarter off. They go inside to Blankenship. She puts it up, gets blocked by Person. And the Vaqueros slow things down a little bit. Jacobs with the ball now, finds Williams. Gets the screen from Person. Blankenship bats it away, and Calderon recovers. Blankenship thinks about the three with the fake and the jumper. Dowling Green gets the board almost, and Taylor will recover. Lady Bulldogs doing a great job this contest on the offensive glass. Dowling Green takes it all the way to the rim. After the fake, no good. And Jacobs will bring the ball down for the Vaqueros. She's around 3 gray shirts. Passes it up to Rodriguez, no good. And Taylor will get the board. Branham will work against Jacobs. She's over half court, dribbles left. Branham gets the screen from Taylor. She puts up the jumper. No good. It's off the iron. And Williams will bring it up for the Vaqueros. Person with the ball works against Taylor. Underneath the hoop, left-handed layup is good. And the Vaqueros will have the first field goal of this second quarter. Dallin Green with the ball. Tries to put up the post move, loses control. Jacobs is on a race now. And will turn it over. Thanks to the threat of Blankenship. She gets it. She's on a fast break, folks. And puts it up and in. Chloe Blankenship playing her heart out today. Forces a Vaqueros timeout. And we'll be back here momentarily for Lady Bulldog basketball. Folks, we're back. 7:40 to go in the second quarter. Lady Bulldogs lead by 5, 14-9 against the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. And it'll be Vaqueros basketball. Vaqueros having a hard time scoring here against this impenetrable wall of Taylor and Blankenship. And Jacobs goes inside, finds Williams. Williams gets the screen from her teammate and will be called for the double dribble. Lady Bulldog basketball. As Paquette, nothing but net, checks back in for Blankenship. And Branham gets the ball from Calderon. Little triangle effect here. Branham takes it to the hole all the way. No good. And Williams will get the board. Williams thinks about the three, gets the screen from McKelvey, and we'll have a traveling violation against the Vaqueros. As Janet Aries will check in. And Williams will go to the bench. Paquette's over half court. They try to trap her. She finds Branham. Calderon gets hit in the face, and she'll draw the foul. Foul will go against Asleen McKelvey. Her first personal, first team foul for the Vaqueros. Branham is triple team, loses control. Paquette gets the ball single-handedly. Mendoza goes left. Foul will go against the Vaqueros. That's their second team foul. As Chris Holm will recover, Branham throws it away. Mendoza's right there for the defense and stops the field goal. It'll be Mendoza's first personal, first team foul as Dowling Green will check in for Taylor. Chris Holm shoots the first, swishes it. And she'll hit the second one. Lady Bulldogs lead by a three-pointer. Paquette finds Calderon. No look pass to Dowling Green. Blocked by Person. And Williams is on a fast break. Sidestep, puts it up. No good. Gets her own board. And it'll be a three-pointer. I'm looking for her number. And that's good by Eva Carrejo. Coach Scott will call his first timeout of the contest. Lady Bulldogs, we're all tied up here, 14-14. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball from Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back, folks, for more Lady Bulldogs basketball as Paquette inbounds to Branham. We got 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Dowling Green working against two Vaqueros. And Williams strips the ball from her. Shovel pass to Chris Holm. Let's see if she gets it as Paquette is there, stops the field goal. And now it's Person who puts it up. Dowling Green gets the board. It's off her knee. And Williams will reset for the Vaqueros. Finds Person. Back inside to Williams. Back inside to Person. Back inside to Williams, and it's good. A little bit of give and go there from Person and Williams as the Vaqueros take their first lead of the game. They're up by 2. Paquette goes right, goes inside with the layup, no good. Chris Holm will get the board. And Carreo tries a three, no good. Paquette gets the board. She'll shake off a defender. She's over half court. She's going all the way, folks. And she'll draw the foul. Paquette has an opportunity here to tie up this contest. 4:49 to go in the second quarter. And Blankenship and Taylor will check in for Dowling Green and Mendoza. And Paquette will make the first. Nothing but net. Paquette. And she'll make the second one. Lady Bulldogs all tied up. They try to trap Jacobs. As Favazo will hit the three-pointer for the Vaqueros. Paquette goes all the way, takes it inside. And it'll be a blocking foul called against Janet Aries. Her first personal fourth team foul. As Paquette has hit 3 free throws in a row. Ball hasn't even touched the rim. And it finally does, but she makes it anyway. Lady Bulldogs trail by 1 point. Looks like it could be an officials timeout here. As Aries will inbound for the Vaqueros. Folks, we'll be back after the officials make this call. You're listening to Lady Bulldog Basketball. And we're back, folks. Aries inbounds to Jacobs. Rojas tries to take it in. She's blocked by Paquette. Paquette gets the board. Dribbles around 2 Vaqueros. Goes all the way for the floater. Paquette puts her team up by 1 now. 3:40 to go in the second quarter. Let's see what Chris Holm can do. Finds Rojas. She's dribbling left. She's all the way inside. Paquette with another block. Let's see if she'll go coast to coast again. As she gets stripped by Rojas, and Jacobs will take it in for the left-handed layup. As Branham will bring it over half court for the Lady Bulldogs. Paquette going to her left, finds Blankenship in the corner. Back to Paquette. She's inside in the post. And it'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. Mendoza will check in for Calderon. Calderon leading the Lady Bulldogs in assists this season with 3.5 per game. Branham, Taylor, Blankenship, Paquette, and Mendoza on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs. Nice pass from Branham. Mendoza goes inside, gets back her own board. Both attempts no good as Person will tip it to Williams for the board. Three-pointer by the Vaqueros, no good. Taylor will get the board. That was Bautista that missed the three. Branham with the ball now. As it looks like Mendoza was pushed. Let's see what the... This will be Person's second personal, 15 foul. And Mendoza will go to the line. And she'll tie it up here, folks. Lady Bulldogs 21, Vaqueros 21, 2:25 to play in the second quarter. And she'll make them both. As Williams will bring it over for the Vaqueros. It'll be Carrero for the three, no good. Lady Bulldog basketball. As Calderon will inbound. And also bring it up over half court. Mendoza's inside, takes it to the hole. Gets her own board again. Puts it up. And Lady Bulldogs unable to convert. Williams goes inside to Person but throws it away. And Lady Bulldogs still maintain the lead here with 1:46 to go in the half. The Vaqueros are averaging 22 turnovers per game this season. And Branham is over half court. She'll go against Jacobs. And Taylor works around Williams. Persons blocks her. And Williams will take it up the court now. Chris home for three. And she finds it. Lady Bulldogs trail by 2 now. With almost 70 seconds left. Branham for 3 in the corner. Blankenship with the board. And Williams will bring it up for the Vaqueros. Williams goes left. Bounce past the person. Blocked by Taylor. And Mendoza will go over half court. She's going to take on the whole team, folks. And she gets blocked by Peyton Person. Lady Bulldogs trail by 2 points, 46 seconds left in the first half. Tipped away by Jacobs. As Paquette will check in for this last or second last offensive possession. We haven't seen much three-point shooting. Let's see if we see it now. Paquette will take the jumper. No good. Lady Bulldogs still maintain possession, folks. Paquette again at the top of the three-point line. Dribbles left, steps right, and puts up the little floater. Alex Paquette tying it all up. We got 30 seconds left here in the first half. Williams dribbles all the way, takes Paquette. And Lady Bulldogs force the offensive foul. And we'll get the last possession of this game, or of this first half. Asleen McKelvey will check in for Williams for the Vaqueros. Calderon with the ball. Finds Branham. Branham will work against Jacobs. Dribbles left. Gets the screen from Blankenship. Goes inside. And Peyton Person with another block. This will be the final shot of the half, folks. 2.5 seconds to go. We're all tied up 24-24. Blankenship gets the ball, chucks up the three. It's off the front of the rim. And if you're tuned in with us, make sure you stay tuned in for the second half of action as we're all even up 24-24. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball from Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back for the second half of action for Lady Bulldog basketball at home hosting the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. I'm Ernesto Casillas, joined by Brian Dill and Salih of men's basketball. As we get underway for the second half of action, it'll be Dowling Green, Blankenship, Taylor, Branham, and Paquette on the floor for Lady Bulldogs. Taylor doing a great job on the glass in the first half with 8 rebounds, and Blankenship leading all scorers with 10 points. As Jacobs recovers the ball, goes to Person, she'll go inside against Taylor, and it'll be Taylor who gets called for the foul. Number 12, Layla Chisholm for the Vaqueros led her team in scoring with 7 points. And Isabella Williams had 9 rebounds in that first half for the Vaqueros. As Persons will miss the first one, we're still all tied up at 24. Lady Bulldogs 3-1 in the conference, looking to go 4-1. Their next Western State Conference showdown will be against Cuesta College on Saturday, February 4th. And the ball gets thrown away. Jacobs tries to recover. Let's see what the refs call. Looks like it'll be Vaqueros basketball. And Persons will inbound. Williams goes back inside to Person, puts the move on Taylor, no good. Taylor gets her board. Nearing double-digit rebounds for this contest, Kayla Taylor. As Branham tries to find her, but it gets poked away. 2-on-1 fast break, and Jacob gets the buckets. Lady Bulldogs trail by a three-pointer, 27-24. We're only a minute and a half here into the first quarter. Nice movement by the Lady Bulldogs. Branham in the corner for 3. Taylor gets the board, and it's blocked by Person. And Paquette will inbound as Lady Bulldogs maintain possession. Dowling Green thinks about the shot, finds Branham. They go inside to Taylor. She's working against Persons and Williams. Left-handed layup, no good. As Williams will get the board, her 10th rebound of the contest. Inside to Person. Three-pointer for the Vaqueros, no good. Taylor will get the rebound. Shot was taken by Isabella Fazo. Paquette goes inside with the floater, no good. Taylor gets the board, puts it back up. And Lady Bulldogs unable to convert as Jacob is on a fast break. Left-handed layup is good. And Coach Scott will call an early timeout. We're 2 minutes and 21 seconds into the third quarter. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball, Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College athletics. We'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors of Allen Hancock College Athletics. Thank you to Giffen Equipment, Me and Ed's Pizza, Juice It Up, Duplicated Business Solutions, and Cool Hand Luke's. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College Athletics. And Lady Bulldogs trail by 5 as the Vaqueros have gone on an early second half run here. Calderon finds Dowling Green, and still Lady Bulldog basketball. 7:27 to go in the third quarter, and Paquette will inbound. Inside to Taylor, working against Person and Williams. And Williams will bat it away. Paquette's on the floor to save it. Williams still recovers. Gets trapped by Taylor and Blankenship. Jacobs takes the 3. No good. Her and Calderon collide, and it'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. That'll be Brianna Jacobs' second personal foul, and Paquette will inbound for the Lady Bulldogs. Blankenship takes the jumper, and it's good. Chloe Blankenship, who led the Lady Bulldogs in scoring with 10 in the first half, converting the field goal there. And Person puts a nice move on Calderon, but is unable to convert. Lady Bulldogs can go 2 for 0 here. Blankenship with the 3. She's feeling confident. No good. Taylor gets the board, saves it. And Dowling Green finds Calderon. It'll be jump ball. Possession arrow awarded to the Lady Bulldogs as Mendoza checks in for Kayla Taylor. Paquette inbound to Calderon. Paquette, nothing but net, finds the three-pointer and ties it up 29-29. Lady Bulldogs erase that 5-point deficit. Williams inside, finds her teammate. Chris home for 3 and gets the lucky bounce. Layla Chrisholm, and she's in double digits for the contest. Paquette takes it to the hole, no good. Can't get that floater. Williams with the shovel pass. Looked like Mahomes on that one. And Dowling Green tries to put it up, and Williams will get called for the foul. That'll be Williams' 4th personal. She'll go to the bench as Eva Gareo will check in for her. And Dowling Green missed the first free throw. She'll attempt one more. She'll miss them both. Lady Bulldogs still trail by 3 after that Chris Holm three-pointer. And it'll be a turnover by the Vaqueros. Lady Bulldogs with an opportunity to tie this one up, folks. Branhams finds Calderon. She bats it back to Branham. They're playing hot potato. They find Dowling Green. Mendoza takes it inside with little sidestep. Nice move by Maya Mendoza. And the Lady Bulldogs force the travel. And they have an opportunity to take back the lead here. Down by 1, 31-32 with 5:23 to play in the third quarter. Inside to Mendoza. No good. And Mendoza will get called for the foul. It'll be her second personal, second team foul for Lady Bulldogs here in the third quarter. Branham almost forces a steal. They're trapped by Blankenship and Branham. Jacobs is on the floor. It'll be jump ball. Amazing effort by the Lady Bulldogs. And they'll keep possession. Coach Scott will give instructions to Branham. Inside to Calderon. Blankenship on the three-pointer. Back to Mendoza. Calderon thinks about the three, pump fakes, takes the jumper, and no good. Chris Holm with the rebound. Rojas pass to Jacobs for the long-range three, no good. And Correa will get the board. It's out of bounds, Vaqueros basketball. 4:39 to go in the third quarter. And Chris Holm will inbound. Bounces it to Jacobs. She goes left, puts up the floater, no good. And the rebound and the putback converts by Rodriguez. Blankenship almost gets trapped, but she'll draw the foul, and that'll be against Rodriguez. That is Rodriguez's first personal, fourth team foul for the Vaqueros. Branham inbounds to Blankenship. Dribbles right into Chris Holm, and it'll be Vaqueros basketball. Looks like the ref will call a foul against Blankenship, and that'll be her first personal. Third team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. And it'll be Carrero for the three, and she hits it. Lady Bulldogs now trail by 6 points, their largest deficit of the game. Mendoza looking to take it all the way, gets her own board, and Blankenship will put up the little jumper. Mendoza and the ref, let's see what the ref calls. Is it an and one or a foul against Mendoza? And it looks like the foul happened before she took the shot attempt. She'll go to the line to shoot two as Taylor and Paquette check back in for Dowling, Green, and Calderon. And Mendoza will miss the first free throw. She'll get one more attempt. 3:49 to play in the third quarter. The Vaqueros came out on a 5-0 fast break to start the second half. Lady Bulldogs tied it up. And now they're down 5 again. 32-37 at home against the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. Chris Holm with the ball. And Rojas will take the jumper, no good. Jacobs tried to save it. Branham recovers. No look. Oh, finds Mendoza. She'll put it up, no good. Gets her own board again. And she'll get called for the traveling violation. That is probably the third shot attempt by Mendoza where she's failed to convert the first attempt, but will get her own board. You got to give it to her on the offensive glass, folks. She's killing it. Lady Bulldogs still trail by 5. 3:15 to go in the contest. In the third quarter, excuse me. And it'll be a traveling violation on Brianna Jacobs. Another turnover for the Vaqueros. As Calderon will check in for Blankenship. Paquette, Branham, Calderon, Taylor, and Mendoza on the floor for Lady Bulldogs as they try to cut into this deficit. Ball's turned over, person recovers. And Carreo will bring the ball over half court. Chris Holm will hand it to Jacobs. She gets the screen from Person. Paquette fights over it. They go inside. Lady Bulldogs poke it away, but Vaqueros maintain possession. Chris Holm to inbound. Finds Rodriguez in the corner for three, no good. Calderon grabs that board. And Paquette will find Mendoza, who takes it to the hole. She's not afraid, as we know. No good. And it'll be a traveling violation again by the Vaqueros. 2:19 to play in the third quarter. Lady Bulldog turnover. Chris Holm against Paquette. And it looks like the foul will be called against Paquette. That'll be Paquette's second personal foul, fourth team foul for Lady Bulldogs, as Chris Holm will go to the line to shoot two. She'll make the first. And she converts them both. Lady Bulldogs now trail by 7. No look pass from Calderon. She throws it out of bounds. And Carreo will inbound for the Vaqueros. Chris Holm dribbles left, finds Jacobs. Person dribbles left, almost gets stripped by Paquette. Three-pointer no good. It'll be Lady Bulldog basketball. They trail by 7 with 1:38 to go in the third quarter. Up to Taylor, finds Blankenship. Paquette fumbles the ball. Calderon thinks about the three, gets the screen from Taylor. And Paquette's jumper is no good. It'll be Vaqueros basketball after a foul from Kayla Taylor. Be her second personal, fourth team, actually fifth team foul, as Chris Holm will go to the line for the Vaqueros. Dowling Green will check in for Taylor. As Chris Holm makes the first. Seems to be very consistent from that free throw line as she leads her team in all scoring. Lady Bulldogs now trail by 9, their largest deficit of the game. Mendoza finds Blankenship against Person. Mendoza will take it upside, and she'll draw the foul. Mendoza will go to the line to shoot 2 free throws. And she'll swish the first one. And she'll miss the second. Blankenship saves it. Mendoza puts it back up. Loses control. Chris Holm recovers. Jacobs with the ball. .48 seconds to go in the third quarter. Lady Bulldogs trail by 8. Rodriguez with the ball. Chisholm goes inside to Person. She's met by 3 gray shirts. And it'll be a blocking call on Maya Mendoza. Lady Bulldogs wanted the charge. That'll be Mendoza's 3rd personal. And 6th team foul for Lady Bulldogs here in the 3rd quarter. First free throw clanks off the front of the rim for Person. She'll convert the second. The deficit is back up to 9 with 30 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Mendoza for 3, no good. Dowling Green gets the board. She'll put it on the floor, puts it back in. As Lady Bulldogs will get a 3rd attempt at a field goal opportunity here. See what the ref calls. That is Person's 4th personal. And Calderon will go to the line to shoot 2. She'll swish the first one. And she'll make them both. As Asleen McKelvey will check in for Peyton Person, who has 4 personal fouls. Lady Bulldogs within 7 now. Blankenship goes for the steal, but Rodriguez holds on to it. Chisholm for 3, gets blocked by Blankenship. And nice defensive prowess by Chloe Blankenship. Stopping that shot. Will take a timeout after 30 minutes of play. Lady Bulldogs trail at home by 7 against the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. We'll be back for the last 10 minutes. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball here at Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. I'm Ernesto Casillas. We're back for the final 10 minutes of action. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball. Live from Santa Maria, California on the campus of Allen Hancock College inside the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium. The Vaqueros and Bulldogs were all tied up at the half, 24-24. And in the final 10 minutes, the Lady Bulldogs trail by 7. Jacobs has the ball. Williams is back in the game. Williams leads her team in scoring, rebounds, and assists, having 13 points a game, 9.5 rebounds, and 4 assists respectively. As the Vaqueros will get the first field goal of the final quarter. Calderon will take the wide open 3, and she converts. Giselle Calderon putting her team within 6. And Jacobs will have the ball. She'll work against Blankenship. Dishes it to Williams for the jumper. No good. Mendoza with the board. Lady Bulldogs can go on a little run here. Mendoza finds Dowling Green. Nice pass, and she converts. Back-to-back field goals for the Lady Bulldogs as they cut that 9-point deficit to only 4 with 8:40 to go in the contest. Inside to Person. McKelvey will have the ball. As it looks like Chris Holm will hit the 3. Paquette might have gotten injured on that last play. And we'll have an injury timeout here, folks. You're listening to Lady Bulldog basketball from Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for Lady Bulldog basketball. Hopefully Paquette is okay, as Lady Bulldogs are within 7. And it'll be a turnover by the Bulldogs. Chris Holm recovers it. And Jacobs will call the play. Calderon pokes at it. Jacobs for 3, no good. Dowling Green gets the board. And it'll be Blankenship with the ball now. She gets it from Mendoza. And Taylor will work against Chris Holm with the size differential off the front iron. And Jacobs is over half court now. Person goes inside, spin move. Let's see what the refs call. Foul will go against number 23, Calderon, her first personal, as Person will miss the first free throw attempt. She'll make the second one. And Branham will bring the ball over half court for the Lady Bulldogs. She'll face a trap. She gets out of it. And after a little fight for the ball there, Lady Bulldogs will maintain possession. 6:52 to go in the contest. Blankenship dribbles left. And another turnover by the Lady Bulldogs. Chris Holm is on a fast break, but Dowling Green is there, and Chris Holm will get the field goal. Aries with the ball now. Brandon gets the board. And Coach Scott has seen enough. He'll call a timeout. Lady Bulldogs trail by 10 with 6:25 to go in the contest. We'll be back for Lady Bulldog basketball. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back for the final 6:25 minutes to play. Lady Bulldogs hosting the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. Down by 8. Calderon, Mendoza, Blankenship, Dowling Green, and Taylor in the game. As Mendoza tries to find Taylor, she puts it up, and Taylor will hit the floor but draws the foul. As McKelvey will check in for Rodriguez. Rodriguez committed the foul. The first team foul for the Vaqueros in this fourth quarter. And Taylor gets the free throw. Misses the second. Dowling Green gets the board. Calderon for 3. In and out, but Dowling Green gets her second board. Second offensive board, and Lady Bulldogs will get another opportunity. Mendoza dribbles left, stops, dishes it to Blankenship. She'll work against Williams. And Aries will rip it away. Possession arrow, Lady Bulldogs. Inside to Taylor, she'll put it up. Almost gets it, no good, and Dowling Green will fight for the ball. Possession arrow this time awarded to Santa Barbara City College. Lady Bulldogs down by 9. Chisholm will have the ball. Williams goes left. Posts up, turns her back to the basket, puts it up, and Taylor will get the board. Mendoza dribbles left, sidesteps, goes inside for the bucket. Nice move by Mendoza. Halfway through the final quarter of action, Lady Bulldogs trail by 7. Williams with the ball for the Vaqueros. She goes left. They go back inside to Williams. She's working against Taylor and Mendoza, as it'll be a traveling call. And Mendoza will inbound, as Jacobs and McKelvey will get a rest for the Vaqueros. And in checks in Rodriguez and Rojas. Dowling Green with the ball, goes right. Calderon head fakes, goes inside to Taylor but throws it away. Chisholm with the ball now. And the give and go from Person to Williams. Lady Bulldogs trail by 9 with 4:05 to go in the game. Calderon will go against Chisholm. They go inside to Taylor. And it looks like Williams might have fouled out of the game, and that will be Williams' 5th foul. And the Vaqueros' leading scorer, rebounder, and leading assist disher will be fouled out of the game. And let's see if the Lady Bulldogs can take advantage of that, as Paquette checks in for Blankenship. And it'll be Vaqueros basketball. Paquette will get called for the push. That's her 3rd personal. 2nd team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. Lady Bulldogs try to run the trap, full court pressure. Chris Holm with the ball. And Jacobs will take the jumper, and it's good. We'll have a timeout, folks, but before we go to our commercial break, we want to take an opportunity to thank our final corporate sponsors. Thank you to Raising Cane's, and thank you to Community Bank of Santa Maria. Thank you for your support of Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back from Allen Hancock College, the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium for Lady Bulldog basketball. Stay tuned as the men's team will face Santa Barbara City College at 5 o'clock and go for 5-0 in the Western State Conference right after this contest. Lady Bulldogs trail by 11. 3 minutes to go in the game. Dowling Green takes it to the rim. And Vaqueros recover. Chris Holm will have the ball. And she'll find Jacobs. Rodriguez will find Chris Holm for 3, and she'll hit the shot. Lady Bulldogs trail by 14 now with 2:30 to go. Inside to Taylor from Paquette. She'll lose control. And it'll be Vaquero basketball. And Jacobs will have the ball for the Vaqueros. Chris Holm to Rodriguez inside to Person. And Jacobs for 3. Dowling Green with the board. Nice board from Dowling Green. She'll go coast to the rim, and she'll draw the foul. That is Jacobs' 4th personal and the 3rd team foul for the Vaqueros in the final quarter. And Dowling Green will miss the first. And she'll miss the second one as Rodriguez gets the board. Chris Holm up to Bautista. And there'll be a traveling violation against Rojas. Lady Bulldogs trail 43-57 with 1:40 to go in the contest. Paquette for three, and it's good. Paquette, nothing but net, hits from long range and gives her team a fighting chance here, down by 11 with 90 seconds to play. They go up to Persons, and she'll convert. Paquette dribbles right, takes it to the hole against Persons. And foul will go against Persons, so Williams in person will foul out of the game. In comes Jacobs to replace her, and Paquette will go to the line to shoot two. And she'll hit the first one. And the second one will rattle in and out. Chisholm over half court. She's swarmed by great jerseys. And she'll hit the floor. Let's see who the foul's against. Foul will go against Blankenship. Her second personal, as Calderon will check in for Dowling Green with 60 seconds left to play. Inside to Rodriguez from Chisholm. Blankenship bats it away, and Blankenship forces that turnover. Calderon to inbound. Paquette gets the screen from Taylor. She's met by Rodriguez. Possession arrow, Lady Bulldogs, or it could be a foul actually. Foul will go against Bautista, her first personal, 15th foul, as Paquette will go back to the line. And Paquette will hit them both, as Coach Scott will bring back Dowling Green in for Taylor. Lady Bulldogs down by 10, 49-59, 57 seconds left to play. And the Vaqueros will call a timeout. You're listening to Lady Bulldog College from Allen Hancock College. Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back, folks. 57 seconds left to play as the Lady Bulldogs host the conference opponents, Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. Paquette gets the steal, and she'll get the layup. Little run here by the Lady Bulldogs with 52 seconds to go. They're within 8 now as they trap Jacobs. They get called for the foul. That'll be Mendoza's fourth personal, fourth team foul for the Lady Bulldogs. We'll have another timeout called by the Vaqueros. We'll be back for the final 50 seconds of Lady Bulldog basketball here on the campus of Allen Hancock College. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back, folks, for Lady Bulldog basketball, as Lady Bulldogs try to claw their way back into this one. And let's see who the refs call the foul on. That'll be Dowling Green's first personal of the contest, as Bautista will go to the line for the free throws. She'll hit the first, and excuse me, that's Rojas. She'll make them both, as Taylor checks back in for Mendoza. Paquette will let the ball roll. She'll touch it. She'll pick it up. Gets a screen from Taylor. Goes left. Goes inside. And it looks like she'll draw the foul. Foul will go against Arias, her second personal, as we've seen Paquette on the line a lot in this fourth quarter. And she'll miss the first one. She'll hit the second. As Mendoza will check in for Paquette. Lady Bulldogs within 9 as Calderon gets it, but Jacobs gets it back. And Calderon will foul Arias. Paquette will check back in for Mendoza. And Arias, who everyone thought she made the first, it rolls out. And she'll miss the second. Timeout by Coach Scott. We'll be back for the final 33 seconds of Lady Bulldog basketball here from the Joe White Memorial Gymnasium on the campus of Allen Hancock College. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics. We're back, folks, as Paquette will be the inbounder for the Lady Bulldogs. Make sure you stay tuned with us. After this contest, the men will play against Santa Barbara City College. and they'll go for 5-0 in the conference as they're currently undefeated at 4-0 in the Western State Conference. It'll be a foul against the Vaqueros, and Dowling Green will go to the line to shoot 2. As the refs will go to the scoring table to confer the call. Dowling Green waits to take her free throws. As Arias will go to the bench, and Favazo will check in. She'll miss the first one. She'll miss them both. Taylor gets the board. Paquette for 3, and she gets it. Paquette, nothing but nets, keeps her team alive. As the Lady Bulldogs will foul within 6 now, with 28 seconds to go in the contest. Brianna Jacobs will go to the line. She's got to be careful as she has 4 personal fouls. She'll hit the first free throw. She'll make them both. Lady Bulldogs trail by 8 with 28 seconds to go. Paquette will push the pace. Dribbling left, going to the hole, steps right. And it'll be out of bounds, Vaquero basketball. Rodriguez will inbound for the Vaqueros. Calderon will be the defender. She finds Rojas. That'll be Taylor's 4th personal. And Rojas will go to the line to shoot 2. Rojas will make the first. And she'll hit them both. Paquette pushes the ball up, puts it up, no good. And Dowling Green tries to save it, but it'll be Vaquero basketball. And Paquette looks like she might be bothered by an ankle. Hopefully she's all right. She'll go to the scorer's table. And Mendoza will check in. And Chris Holm will get fouled. Foul will go against Mendoza. And Mendoza fouls out of the contest. As Chris Holm will go to the line for the free throws. She makes the first. And she'll miss the second. Branham with the ball. And Rodriguez will get called for the foul with 0.7 of a second left in the game. That is Rodriguez's fourth personal, as Brandon will go to the line to shoot the final 2 free throws for the Lady Bulldogs. The women's team will be back in action at home for another Western State Conference showdown against Cuesta College on Saturday, February 4th at 3 p.m. Make sure you check in for the next Lady Bulldog basketball home game. Brandon makes the first one, and she'll net the second one. And the Lady Bulldogs fall to the Santa Barbara City College Vaqueros. They'll move to 3-2 in the Western Conference, and they'll move to 14-7 overall. Thank you for joining us today for Lady Bulldog basketball. I'm Ernesto Casillas, joined by our executive producer, Brian Dill. We'll be back with you in 20 minutes as the men take on Santa Barbara City College. Stay tuned for Allen Hancock College basketball here. You're listening to Allen Hancock College Athletics.